Hey y'all, and welcome to the inaugural video to the Poké Tonk channel. My name's Cash, and this is something new for me. This is something that I've kind of thought about doing for a while. Been into Pokemon and when I was younger, and just kind of got back into it, and I always wanted to kind of share that stuff with you, with everybody, and hopefully kind of continue to grow. And as I kind of deep dive and get back into Pokemon, it's kind of a mystery how this channel is going to be. But I really hope that I can really not only just show you some cool stuff, but and not only share cool stuff and share the journey that I'm doing with getting back into Pokemon, but I really hope that eventually I can start doing some more cool things, some giveaways. Shout out to the stores in my local area, that take care of us and really make it enjoyable to get back into collecting again. So, since this channel is kind of still a mystery of how it's going to go, I figured the first video could be opening up a mystery power cube. All right. Now this thing's fancy smancy, sexier than socks on a rooster, if you ask me. It holds 60 cards, allegedly ultra rares from random generation, seeded out of 1 or 2. So maybe I got that seeded one out too. You never know. But as we say, we got to let her rip and see where we go. And hopefully y'all will enjoy this and other stuff, and y'all can like, comment, subscribe as we journey together and see what we can find. All right. So I apologize, but any good old boy's got to have him a little case pocket knife to get in to the goods here. All right. This is actually the first time I've ever opened one of the mystery power cubes. I don't really know a lot about them. Don't know how it'll be. I feel like I have to take a hammer to this thing, but hopefully we won't have to do that. So, whoo! All right, slicker and sleet right there. Oh, okay, nice box. Almost feels cheap when you get things like this because you feel like it's part of like the repack. And all right, well, half and half. Okay. All right, well, let's start with let's start it from the back there and then see what we can get. Now these are in random order. I haven't opened any yet, but let's see what we get here. All right, Mr. Mime. Pretty cool. Sunkern. An Unpheasant. And I'm already going to apologize because when you got a twang like mine, you're going to mess up some words, specifically not to do any harm to anybody, but just because when you got an education like I do, it makes it hard to get you your syllabuses in. I'm just kidding, but no, it is sometimes hard where I've been out of the collecting game so long and all these new Pokemon, or as my dad used to call me back then, Pokemon. But but sometimes it's really hard for me to figure out how to pronounce some of these. But maybe that can be a fun part of all these videos is the ridicule I'll get for my pronunciation. So all right, Unpheasant, Pupitar, Pokemon Go. That's sweet. Okay. Bibarel. Okay, with a Schmergle. All right, Meltan. Actually, one of my favorite mythicals. I know it's in the low end and kind of newer, but it's actually really cool. And the Melmetal is sweet. Really good mythical Pokemon. And Steel type, so. Alright, Pokemon Go Magikarp. I'm starting to see a theme with this mystery box. A lot of Pokemon Go cards. And I actually have not collected any of this yet. Since I started about a month ago getting back into this. So this is kind of cool to see the art on these. And I like how back in the day all the cards had this yellow border. All the old base set 1, 2, and I believe Neo and a few others. And they brought it back for a little bit, and then they went away. But I really like that classic yellow border for the card. All right. Ooh, that's a sweet Ivysaur. All right, with a Pokestop in the background. Only reason I know about that is because me and my wife started playing Pokemon Go back when it first came out, and then kind of put it down, picked it back up. We'll still occasionally play it sometimes. Get out there and run the pasture, as we'd say, and try to catch some Pokemon. She usually has more time to do that with my day job. I don't get a lot of time to do that kind of stuff. But all right, let's keep going. Lunatone, Trapinch, very nice. Turtwig, or as my wife calls it, a turtle. Gibble, actually one of my favorite little Pokemon right there. Chameco, Electabuzz. Yeah, I was I remember back in the day when they first introduced the dub version for Pokemon, and the soundbite for this fun. Go look it up sometime. I'm not going to try to do it, but just look up the original Pokemon series and go for a episode where Electabuzz is hollering and squallering in there. All right, Starmie. Okay, not a Pokemon Go. Dusclops. Kricketot. Electric. Anybody else think they got a little lazy with naming those newer ones? I mean, they're still cool, but, sounds like they got a little lazy on that one. But Girafarig, Squirtle, one of my favorite Gen 1 starters. Victory Bell. Oh, these are from 151. Oh, shoot. I didn't even realize that. Look at that. It's from 151. Sorry if you can't see that. But that is sweet. So this is also 151. Another 151. Oh, sweet. And I know it's really hard to find those. When I first got back in, I was like, I'd really like to collect the original 151. That sounds like a serendipitous idea. And then come to find out it's outrageous. Cost you an arm and a leg and your firstborn to get out there. You wouldn't have a dowry to give to nobody. No calf, no hog, no nothing. But anyway, Haunter, also one of my favorite Gen 1 Pokemon. Hitmonlee. Wartortle. Is it Wartortle or Wartortle? You let me know. Rhydon. Cloyster. Meowth. Mankey. Sprigato. I'm going to have to hide this one from my wife. She is actually collecting the Prismatic Evolution set, and she's also a crazy cat lady, so we're going to have to hide that somewhere. Ivysaur. Sweet look. Slowbro. Kadabra. Pidgey, or as some people that played in the game, Last Resort. And Venonat. And Lickitung. All right, all cool so far. Let's see what's in the other half of this box, and let's see if we got a seated pull here, which would be that'd be sweet if that would be the case. All right, let's see what we got here. Whoa, one of my favorite from Gen 3 starter Pokemon, Swampert. Oh man, he was a powerhouse back in the day. All right, he was the whole shooting match back in the day when you were playing Gen 3 stuff. That's awesome. Okay, Melmetal, cool card. Almost looks like they put all the hollows in the front. I'm glad we didn't start there. I'm glad we started in the back. That is sweet right there. Good Melmetal hollow. Landorus, still cool. Oh gosh, I hope we're not stuck with the energy. Oh no. Oh, okay. Woo. All right. I was getting nervous there. Ooh, nervous as a groundhog. That's all you had to get out of the hole right there. All right. Wedding glove. Peony. Not my kind of flower. Clara. Chest plate. Caitlin. Welcoming lantern. Agatha. Brawly. Scroll of the Skies. Flannery. Caitlin. Great Catcher. And a Great Ball. You know, just like the one there on the left. Alright, except there's nothing in that one. It's empty. Alright, well. Whew, daggum. What in tarnation? Well, looks like we are definitely did not get a seeded mystery gem box. However, still some cool pulls with all the 151s. I actually started a binder for just 151. Not trying to chase everything or try to get a master set with that. And I'll be honest, I don't legitimately all know what all a master set is, but you know, I'm working my way through it. You know, getting my steps in, trying to boot, scoot, and boogie down this little path to, you know, just try to collect and get back in, have some fun, and hopefully make some good content and get some good pulls for y'all, that we can share together. All right, now I think that's about time for me to get in with the dinner bell. But thank you all for watching. Hopefully, I'll continue to make some good content as we journey together with me getting back into Pokemon. So hopefully, I'll make some good stuff enough to where you'll click like and subscribe. All right. So y'all come back now, and I'll catch you next time.